Alright guys, today I'm bringing you a legendary item guide on Borderlands 3, and in this video we'll be looking at the Maliwan pistol known as the Superball. The text on the weapon reads, Flower Power. What's special about this weapon is it's a huge reference to Super Mario, specifically the Fire Flower power-up that you can get whilst playing the games. When you shoot the gun, it will fire fireballs similar to how Mario throws them whilst under the effects of the Fire Flower, and it also has the sound effects to go along with it. This weapon is now a post-patch dedicated drop, and in order to get it, we'll be farming the target of opportunity known as Baron Noggin, who can be found on the Meridian Metroplex on Promethea. When you spawn in, you want to get into your car and you want to follow the road to the end. You want to take a left, a right into the tunnel, go through the tunnel, and as you exit the tunnel, at the very end of that road, you'll see a catch a ride just inside a building, and in there will be a spawn point, and this is the spawn point we'll be using in order to farm it. Once you've hit the spawn point, again, conveniently, there's a catch a ride there, so once you save and quit, you can always spawn yourself in a car in order to get to where Baron Noggin is. But as you come out of the catch a ride, you want to just take a right and follow the path all the way down into that tunnel, and at the very end, there'll be a doorway to your right. Go down there, and there's a drop down into a small little area, and at the end of that area is where Baron Noggin spawns. I personally really enjoy this weapon. I mostly enjoy Maliwan weapons in the first place, but first thing is obviously this gun will only come in incendiary damage because it's based around the Fire Flower. So fire incendiary will only ever come in incendiary. Secondly, for a Maliwan weapon, this gun has no charge time, and in fact it shoots as fast as you could pull the trigger, as far as I can tell. When you consider that, and then also consider the fact that its damage is on par with other Maliwan pistols, then you're getting some very good damage output. If you can press the trigger fast enough, then obviously you're going to be able to shoot much faster than another Maliwan pistol, and you can also fire a lot quicker because there's no charge time. So you're negating all of those negatives a normal Maliwan pistol usually has. You're jumping straight into the damage. The thing that slightly balances this out is that the projectiles that the pistol fires will bounce, so they follow gravity. This means it can be very difficult to use against airborne enemies especially, just because unless you're firing straight up, the bullets don't really get much traction into floating up into the air. As soon as you fire them, depending on the angle that you fire it at, it's going to reach its peak, and then it's going to start to fall to the floor to then bounce. While yes, you can see this as a downside, the projectiles are fairly big, and they have a minor explosion when they collide with an enemy, so you're also getting splash damage with that. This can help if you've got multiple enemies that are jam-packed together, say behind cover. Also, with it being a Maliwan weapon, the elemental chances on the weapon and the damage over time is very good. I've definitely seen higher than 1500 per second on other weapons, but that's definitely very good for the amount of damage you could get just from firing the weapon. And it also has a really high chance to ignite the enemy. All you have to really do is fire a few bullets, and that enemy will sure to be on fire. And then not only are you getting the damage that you're dealing with the projectiles, you're also getting the damage over time. It has a moderate magazine size at 14. I believe most average Maliwan pistols usually have between 15 and 20, just because most of those are usually full auto. But you could definitely still pump out a lot of damage with the 14 that you're given, and if you're using, say, Mo's, you can even double this, maybe even get it to 30, so there's still a lot of ammo that you can get. Also, with it being a low magazine size and noticeable damage per magazine, you're not going to see yourself burn through ammo very quickly, especially considering pistols have a 1000 ammo cap. Obviously, this depends if you're playing on Mayhem 4 mode, where the health of the enemies are massively scaled up. My only pet peeve about the weapon is the physics on the projectiles. It's a slight learning curve in order to get used to the projectiles having to bounce, and not only that, the travel time is obviously much lower because they have to bounce along the floor, they move a lot slower. But this gun is definitely a much easier gun to use if you're up close and personal. Just removes the travel time of the projectiles, and not only that, the gun can still hit critical hits, so if you're up close and personal, it's a lot easier to hit the head. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you found this useful. Make sure to subscribe for future legendary item guides on my channel, and yeah, see you in the next video.